Right, so we're ready to go. So we're going to put this data into a stem and leaf diagram. Yeah?
I know how to.
Okay, well, I didn't know. I'm going to show you, first of all, I'm going to show you the method. So we'll talk through. So here's my data. The first thing we have to do is decide what the stem is. Okay, so where do we have to start? So with the stem, we have to need to know the lowest number and the highest number. So let's identify the lowest number
18.
is 18, you think. So that's the lowest, and then the highest,
38.
41. 41 is the highest, we think. So that means our stem needs to start at 1. So it needs to be, we're going to have 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and I'm going to put my stem line in. Okay, now here's the thing that you may well not have done yourself. When we do a stem and leaf diagram, we're going to do it twice, because even though it's doing it twice, it's quicker than maybe the way you would have done it. So I'm going to go through and just put the numbers into the thing, not in order yet, but it will put them in order with the tens. So remember, I've got to put a key here, so I'm going to put 2 line 3 means 23. It's important that we put our key in, right? And then I'm going to start going through the numbers. So 34 is that one, so I can tick off that. 28, 19, and so on. 22. And I just keep doing that. Now you'll notice it's not going to be in order, but we won't worry about that yet. Do you reckon you can do that yourself now? Yeah? Okay. So don't worry about putting it in order. Just put the numbers and go along the line and make sure they're all in it. Alright?
Do we have to write it here?
Now in your book, please. You don't have to write these numbers out in your book, but the stem and leaf diagram in the book. So we've got the lines, please. Okay, so importantly, what I did, I checked that I've got 20 numbers, check everything's in line. Now, obviously, these are put into groups grouped by the tens value in the stem, but the leaps, the units, are not in order. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw it out a second time and then put the leaves in order, and it makes it really quick then. So then I can just put, well, I know that's 8 followed by 9. I've got 1, 2, so I've got 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. 4, 5, 7, 7, 8. So 4, 5, 7, 7, 8. Okay. This one, 2. Oh, we've got a 0, yeah, didn't spot that. 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 7, 8, 4, 5, 5, 7, 8. And then this one's easy. 001. Okay. And the thing we should hopefully notice if we've lined it up nicely is the shape of this one should look exactly the same as the shape of that one. It's just now the numbers are in order. Okay. Another thing, just to make you aware of another reason for doing a stem and leaf diagram, is you don't have to do this for you, but I'm just going to show you what happens if I put lines at the end. Okay. and then I draw lines up, well not up, but horizontally, what does it suddenly look like if I do that?
A bar.
Yeah, a bar chart. It looks like a bar chart. So I can see straight away that there are more 30s than there are 20s or 10s. So I can really see the shape, right? So it's kind of like a bar chart where you still know all the numbers. So we don't bother drawing the bars. Okay, we don't need to, but that's why it's very important all the numbers line up. Yeah.
Does that mean but like if we draw that, does that mean with those results we can actually put them in a bar graph?
Yeah, so for instance, a bar graph is, another name for a bar graph is a frequency diagram where you count how many tens you have. So in a bar chart, I'd know I have 2 in the tens, but I don't know what they are. Whereas with a stem and leaf diagram, I know that it's not just 2 lots in the tens, it's actually 18 and 19. So I get double the benefit. I get to see like the frequency, which group has the most in it, but I also still get to see the actual numbers, so I can work out the mode and the median and the range and so on, which I wouldn't be able to do in the same way if it was just a bar chart. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So I've got that, but you wouldn't normally put the bars in. You don't need to. The numbers do the bar, right? And a bar chart would normally go vertically, whereas the stem and leaf diagram goes. And the other thing about a stem and leaf diagram, which we've not looked at yet, is you can put a second set of data on the other side of it. So let's say I wanted to compare boys against girls. I can put one either side. We'll look at that later on. Okay. Right. Are you all ready to pay attention again? Quickly? Right. I want to maybe give you a helping hand, another method for finding the median. Okay. So we've got this stem and leaf diagram. Okay. I'm just going to rub out the red lines because they shouldn't really be there. So we've got a stem and leaf diagram as you've got. Right, now the median. You guys have been doing the median by crossing out, yeah? So cross, cross, but there is a trouble with that, and you're finding it, which is it can get quite confusing. Do I go to the end or do I do the beginning? Whichever way. Okay. Now there is a better way of doing the median. Hopefully you will get used to it. And the better way is to think: if I were to split the group in half, how many numbers would that be? So I'm going to count, and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now if I split 20 into 2 groups of numbers, there's 10 on either side. Now I'm just going to do a little diagram here. There's 10 numbers there, then there's 10 numbers there, and that's exactly it. There is no individual number. How are you going to write, Jamie, now you've put your pen away? There is no individual number left in the middle. But what I can do, I know I can just count to 10 numbers and get to the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I put a line there, then I've got 10 the other side as well. Now I know then that the median is between 0 and 2. So if the median is between 0 and 2, what is it on that line?
1.
It's a 1. Halfway between 0 and 2 is a 1. So the answer would be 31. Now, we'll have to have a look at what happens if there's not 20 numbers, what if there's a different amount, but we can have a look at that next time.
But ours has 15 and you can...
Okay, so there's the thing. If you have 15 numbers, if you divide 15 into 2, you can't do it, can you?
Well, you can do 6 and a half. 7.5.
7.5. Now what that says, if you have 15 numbers in total, you can split it into a group of 7 on one side one number in the middle, and then another 7 on the other side.
So that would be.
So that number in the middle. So actually, when you've got an odd number of numbers, it's easier to find the middle, isn't it? So you would just count 7 numbers from one end. The 8th number is the middle number, and it's maybe an easier way to do it. Okay, and we'll have another look at that next time. All right.
So we need to finish the whole thing for next time.
Well, I tell you what. Yeah. Can you have a go then? Finish that for homework. So it's a week's homework, isn't it? That sheet.